So you guys all saw this, right? You guys saw this. So Gayle King has got some show on Oprah Daily. I don't even know what that is. Is that an internet thing? Because I thought Oprah didn't have the OWN network anymore. I don't know what the heck's going on, but I guess that's the only thing Gayle King can get a job with in media these days is with her besties thing. But okay, whatever. So this is about a week old, but like I told you guys, I'm not gonna get on here every single day and make a video about these two fools because I wouldn't have a life. I like to just wait about a week or so and just kind of see what's happening and then talk about it with you guys. Harry and Meghan, okay, and first of all, I got this from the What Meghan Wore website because I thought it was really, really funny. But don't go to this website. Okay, please. It's one of those Meghan Harry sycophant Stan websites, but it says they're amazing. It says here that they're amazing. Limiting screen times for children to give them a more healthy upbringing and just, real existence outside of screens. And the book's called An Amazing Generation. So of course, these two have to ride in on the coattails of other people's work because that's what they do. They don't ever do anything original in of themselves. They're just always and you'll see what I'm talking about here. So the event was hosted by Gayle King and covered in Oprah Daily, and the focus was exactly where it should be: kids, teens, mental health, and how growing up online has reshaped everything. So Harry and Meghan, Harold and Fraud, are going to talk to us about how to raise our kids, guys, about how nothing is more infuriating as a parent myself. Okay. I have two 12-year-olds and I put screen time limits on them. And then sometimes if need be, if they're begging for time when the limits have gone, I take the pad away and I'm like, okay, go outside, touch grass, if weather permits, or just go do something that doesn't involve Minecraft or whatever. Just parents, most of us that have two brain cells to rub together and care about our kids, love our kids, want the best for them, are going to do this. We don't need these people telling us, well, that's great, they wrote a book, cool. I just don't understand why these people are allowing these people to chime in, because I've never really seen these two. I've never seen their kids. I don't really know what goes on with their kids. I know that they probably have 10 million nannies. Well, probably not 10 million, but they at least have one full-time nanny, probably a night nurse and a day nurse or whatever. So I just don't buy it. They spend such an unbelievably crazy amount of time away from their children. I'm not taking parenting advice from these two. I would take parenting advice from William and Catherine way before I would take parenting advice from these two, because at least I see actual children, like children at events and things with William and Catherine, the parents. I see George, I see Louis, I see Charlotte out with their parents. And William and Catherine talk about their kids as if they actually do parent said kids. These two don't. She always talks in weird, vague platitudes of like what it means to be a mom, like she's reading a book or something about it, and then she's just reciting to you. It's very strange. And they're talking about AI and how it's dangerous. And first of all, can we talk about how, if you're going to talk about AI, why do you all look AI generated here? He looks, I mean, he is so pink and so weird looking. The eyes look weird. When they're talking, it's weird. I'll show it to you, but I'm already getting fired up. And Gayle King is just annoying. She's just so annoying. So this is the book, The Amazing Generation. Fair enough. I'm sure it's a very great book. And I do not have a problem with the message of this book at all. Have I read the book? No, I have not. But I can garner what they're probably talking about. Breaking up with your phone. This lady wrote a book called that. This guy wrote a book about the anxious generation. I agree with all of that. There are a lot of parents out there that just kind of use these devices as babysitters for their kids. I am not one of those parents. That's why when I see people like these two try to preach to me, I get upset. And these two trying to encourage legislation that's going to limit free speech, I get upset because God put me on this earth to be the steward for my children, of their hearts, their minds, and their souls. And I'm doing my job and I don't need them to tell me how to do it. And like when he's like, oh, like everybody's a first responder. And they're like, like when 1 minute they're in their room on their thing and then the next minute, okay, great, Harry. But yes, it has happened. And yes, it's tragic, but I don't need advice from you two fools. So let's just watch this. This is the little clip from the thing. But oh yeah, before I do that, look at this picture. How digitally altered can you be? Look at this picture. Are you kidding me? The dangers of AI and manipulation and misinformation. What we're saying, what is this? This is misinformation. You are presenting yourself. It's weird. It's just weird. Look at this. This this looks like they're using their Nokia flip phone from 2003 or something. It's so weird. This filter is these ads drive me nuts. These filters are so weird. Weird kind of stretch here is indicative of recent plastic surgery. Allegedly. You know what? I don't put anything past this woman, because when she goes away for a couple weeks at a time, you know, she's getting a tweak, in my opinion. But I do see a lot of recession there in the hairline. That's from probably a lot of extensions and different things. She's not really giving her hair a break, in my opinion. She's wearing that weird necklace that looks like a nail. Probably looks like a steak, something that she wants to on somebody, but who knows? But yeah, so it's showing the pictures, right? And then it says, look at what she wore for the interview. And like, you're reading the article. Now a look at what Meghan wore for the interview. And you're like, oh, I guess you're supposed to be very impressed. Do I think it's a pretty color? Yeah, I do. It's probably a very nice sweater. Very nice sweater. What I'm talking about here is the scary digitally altered filters that these two have on themselves. So they're against AI, but they look like AI cyborgs in these pictures. And then it says, look at this. Please note that the video quality, along with what appears to be a filter, you don't say, affects the accuracy of details and distorts colors. And then, you know, we come to learn that this is a $428 sweater. Okay. Peasants. That's how much it costs. And this is that necklace, that creepy necklace, the one that looks like a nail on one end. Yeah. Okay. But just watch this, you guys. Just watch this.
Over the years, we've worked with you on how the digital space is deeply affecting our collective and mental, emotional, and physical health. And obviously, a huge congratulations to you and the outcome of your research, which has created a parent-led movement, which is...
Again, this is all somebody else's research that they're piggybacking off of. Okay, infuriating. Sorry, hold on.
Astonishing and much needed.
And that we're proud to be a part of.
Yeah, hugely.
I'd say you're full of crap.
Yeah.
And your insights have been incredibly valuable over the years for our work with parents who have lost their children to online harms.
For years with their work with parents who have lost their children due to online harms. Well, they've switched from the foundation to the philanthropic model. Well, technically, they've just dropped the ball altogether. So in my opinion, and in the opinions of many others out there, they've just left these parents high and dry. You know, my opinion, but seems like that to me. Yeah.
And working towards solutions to keep all children safe. Can you speak to how the phone-based childhood, as you call it, affects kids' emotional development and what families can...
And not only that, but phone-based lifestyle. He's sitting next to someone. I mean, look at that face. She knows she's being called out. He's sitting next to someone who lives her life on the phone. We all know she does, because anytime there's a negative story about her, she claps back immediately. When all of the online sleuths and all the people were out there, and I talked about this in my last video on her, the people that discovered about the unsold inventory, and they did the math, and they asserted that it was what, almost 26 million worth in unsold merchandise. Like millions upon millions of dollars of unsold merchandise was what they uncovered when they added everything up according to what was the unsold inventory in that supposed website glitch. Right. So immediately after that, a few days later, she's got to clap back and talk to the London Times. And the London Times is asserting, oh, well, no, no, she's sold millions. She's sold millions. And, she said in that Bloomberg interview that she had switched from a couple thousand orders to, a million. And then that is what is accounting for the unsold inventory. That's still a hell of a lot of unsold inventory. Okay. She knows this. She knows all this. So point being, whenever there's negativity and there's stuff being called out about her, she claps back. She claps back immediately. So this woman lives her life on the phone. So for her to talk to us about phone-based childhoods, well, phone-based adults are the ones that set the tone for children that live phone-based childhoods. So she's a hypocrite, in my humble opinion. They're both hypocrites because all they do is sit around and read stories about them. But I digress. Let's go on and listen to the propaganda, shall we?
And do to support healthier patterns.
Kids need to play. All mammals play. And once they get the device, it's going to push out everything else. They're going to have less sleep. They're going to stop reading books. They're going to stop spending so much time with other kids. They're not going to get as much sunshine, not as much exercise. So as they get more and more into a screen-based life, all the things that children need to do get pushed down and pushed out by these screen activities that are engineered for addiction. We need
That fair. I agree with all of this. I agree with everything that these authors are saying. I just don't agree with these two riding in on their coattails and trying to act like they're some big movers and shakers in this space. They're not. They're complete and total hypocrites. But yeah.
I'd say you're full of crap.